Okay, so what does it really take to lead? A new voice in the leadership space just dropped their first ever post, and you know what? It's not another list of quick fixes. Nope, it's an invitation to a journey. In this explainer, we're going to dive in and unpack that invitation to see what it's all about.
Right out of the gate, the author hits us with this powerful idea. It really sets the tone for everything. Forget the easy hacks. The core message here is that leadership is a marathon, not a sprint. This whole idea of it being a lifelong journey, that's the foundation for their entire philosophy. So let's see where they take it.
So how does this journey even begin? Well, it's not with a promise that it's going to be easy. The author actually starts by acknowledging the challenge head-on. They embrace the difficulty. And honestly, it's a pretty refreshing approach in a world that's just full of get-it-quick advice.
This really captures the essence of it, doesn't it? Leadership isn't some title you get and then you're just done. It's this continuous path, and yeah, it's got twists and obstacles. Thinking about it this way totally shifts the focus from arriving at some destination to just constantly growing, which, as you know, is a huge mindset shift for any leader.
So you might be wondering, where is all this wisdom coming from? Well, it's not from a textbook. The author points to their own fantastic ride, their own professional and personal experiences. Right away, that tells us that the advice we're going to get is forged in the real world, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to navigate your own challenges.
Okay, so if leadership is this tough journey, what is the author actually offering to help us out? This brings us right to the heart of the whole post, a pledge, a commitment. So let's take a look at the specific promises they're making to their readers.
The promise breaks down into these 3 clear steps. It starts with the practical stuff, navigating all the complex dynamics of leadership. Then it moves to the result you want, coming out on top, succeeding. But look at that final step, become who you ought to be. See, this isn't just about winning at work. It's about aligning your leadership with who you really are. That's a much, much deeper promise.
And this is a really crucial distinction they make. This isn't just going to be about inspirational speeches. The author promises to tackle both sides of the coin. Leadership, the big picture vision and people stuff, and management, the nitty-gritty of processes and systems. It's this idea that to be a truly great leader, you've got to be good at both.
And this isn't just a one-and-done burst of inspiration. The author is committing to being a consistent guide on this whole journey. By promising new content about once a week, they're not just throwing ideas out there, they're building a reliable resource that you can actually count on as you grow.
So what's the final piece of this puzzle? Well, it's you. The author makes it super clear that this is not a lecture from on high. They're framing this whole thing as a partnership, a collaboration. And honestly, that changes everything.
And here's exactly what that partnership looks like. The author brings the content, the blogs, the media, but your role is just as important. You're not just a passive reader here. You're actually invited to give feedback, to suggest topics. It's a real chance to help shape where this whole thing goes. And I have to say, I really love this part. The author openly admits, hey, I'm new to this whole blogging thing, and asks for a little patience. It's this moment of humility that just breaks down the barrier between the expert and the audience, and it makes the entire project feel incredibly human and authentic.
But then, right after that moment of humility, they pivot to this, a powerful, confident promise. Rest assured, I will not disappoint. It's such a bold statement, and it lands with real impact. It definitely sets a high bar for what we can expect.
So there you have it, the core philosophy, that threefold promise, and the invitation to be a partner. The author has laid out their vision, and now they turn it right back to you with one simple, powerful question. The journey has officially begun. The only thing left to decide is, how will you participate?